Every second, 4 million tons of the sun vanish. Not burning, vanishing. Converted into raw energy and flung across 93 million miles of empty space, straight at you. You have felt it your entire life. That warmth on your face at sunrise, that golden light through the window. You trust it. You close your eyes and turn toward it like it is something safe. It is not safe. It is a weapon. You have seen it every day of your life. You have never truly looked at it. By the time this descent is over, you will understand why NASA tracks the sun around the clock, not to study it, to watch for what it sends next. And why one morning, it might not matter. Forget the postcard. Forget the golden sunrise. The sun is not your friend. It is a thermonuclear furnace the size of 1 million Earths, converting mass into light at a rate your mind cannot process. Its surface roils at nearly 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to vaporize every metal humanity has ever forged. And that is just the skin. Beneath it lies a core at 27 million degrees, where hydrogen atoms are crushed together so violently they fuse into helium and release the energy that powers everything alive. The sun does not burn. It detonates continuously. 4.5 billion years of controlled explosion aimed directly at your face. Welcome to the quiet killer. Let's descend. Look at the sun during a total solar eclipse, one of the most beautiful sights a human being can witness. The moon blocks the blinding disk and reveals what surrounds it, a gossamer halo of pale silver light, wispy, delicate. Scientists call it the corona. It has been visible to humans for thousands of years. It looks like a crown. That crown is 3.6 million degrees Fahrenheit. The surface directly below it, 9,932 degrees. The corona is 360 times hotter than the surface it surrounds. In every physical system you have ever encountered, temperature decreases as you move away from the heat source. Here, it increases dramatically. This paradox defeated scientists for 80 years. It was only when NASA's Parker Solar Probe flew directly through the corona that researchers finally confirmed the mechanism. A magnetic structure called the helicity barrier that traps turbulent energy and converts it into extreme heat. The crown is not decoration. It is a forge. And everything the sun sends at us is born inside it. After a flare, the sun sometimes releases something that looks almost graceful, a slow expanding bubble of plasma captured by NASA's cameras, blooming outward like a flower opening in space. Beautiful. 1 billion tons of magnetized gas drifting into the dark. That flower is a coronal mass ejection, a wall of charged particles moving at over 1 million miles per hour. When it hits Earth's magnetic field, It compresses the entire magnetosphere and drives electric currents through every power line, every pipeline, every undersea cable on the planet. High-voltage transformers, already running near their limit, overheat. They melt. And each one takes up to 2 years to replace. Imagine you're in a city when the grid fails. Not a neighborhood, the grid. Millions of homes. No refrigeration, no water pumps, no hospital power after the generators die. That is not the worst-case scenario. That is the scenario that has already almost happened. September 1st, 1859. An English astronomer named Richard Carrington points his telescope at the sun and watches 2 patches of white-hot light erupt from its surface. 5 minutes later, they vanish. 17 hours later, the fastest coronal mass ejection ever recorded, the sky over the entire planet changes color. The aurora borealis appears as far south as Cuba, Hawaii, and Colombia. In the Rocky Mountains, gold miners wake at 1 in the morning and start making breakfast, convinced the sun has risen. Across North America and Europe, telegraph wires catch fire. Operators receive electric shocks through their equipment. And in one case, the Boston to Portland line keeps transmitting with no power source at all, running on nothing but the electromagnetic current bleeding from the sky. Now imagine that same storm hitting today. A National Academy of Sciences report estimated the cost, up to $2 trillion. Satellites blind, grids down across continents. No GPS, no internet, no supply chain. In July 2012, a storm of identical magnitude erupted from the sun and tore through the exact point in Earth's orbit that our planet had occupied just 9 days earlier. 9 days. That is the margin that separated you from the largest technological disaster in human history, and you never even heard about it. The sun has a heartbeat. Every 11 years, it swings from quiet to violent and back again. Scientists predicted this cycle, solar cycle 25, would be weak, unremarkable, nothing to lose sleep over. They were wrong. The sun shattered every forecast. Sunspot counts surged past predictions by over 30%. The cycle produced a rare double peak, the most sustained period of solar violence in 2 decades. In May 2024, a series of eruptions triggered the strongest geomagnetic storm in 21 years. Aurora was visible from Puerto Rico. In February 2022, a geomagnetic storm destroyed 38 of 49 freshly launched Starlink satellites before they even reached orbit. The sun swatted them out of the sky like insects. And it is not finished. It is still active, still firing, still waking up. But the sun's violence today is temporary. What it will do in the far future is permanent, and nothing on Earth will survive it. The sun has sterilized entire worlds. It has boiled away oceans, stripped atmospheres to nothing, vaporized everything that wandered too close. And yet, every atom in your body was forged inside a star exactly like this one. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen filling your lungs right now. A star had to die in violence for you to exist. You are not watching the sun from a safe distance. You are made of the same fire. You are the sun, looking back at itself. The destroyer and the creator have always been the same thing. In 2018, NASA aimed the most heat-resistant spacecraft ever built directly at the sun. They named it after Eugene Parker, the physicist who theorized the solar wind in 1958, when nobody believed him. On Christmas Eve 2024, Parker's solar probe flew 3.8 million miles from the sun's surface, inside the corona, at 430,000 miles per hour. The fastest object humanity has ever created. Its heat shield endured 2,500 degrees, while the instruments behind it stayed at room temperature. For hours, silence. Then the beacon tone arrived. It had survived. Parker sent back the closest images ever taken of our star. It revealed magnetic structures no one predicted. It solved a mystery that haunted solar physics for 70 years. It is still falling, still transmitting, still telling us things we were not prepared to hear. I make one of these descents every week. In 5 billion years, the sun will run out of fuel. Its core will collapse. Its outer layers will swell, past Mercury, past Venus, reaching for Earth. The oceans will boil. The surface will melt. And the planet that gave birth to every human who ever lived will fold silently into the body of the star that made it. Then the sun will cool for 1 trillion years. A white dwarf the size of Earth fading into permanent darkness, with no one left to remember what it was. Every sunset you have ever watched was a thermonuclear explosion painting the sky for an audience the universe never planned. We were born from this fire. We are sustained by it. And one day, it will take everything back. The universe doesn't care, but that's what makes it beautiful. But the sun is not the only thing watching you. Every night, there is something else hanging in your sky, slowly pulling away from Earth. You think the moon is peaceful. You think it is your companion. It is not. It is a scar, born from the most violent collision in the history of our planet. And right now, inch by inch, it is leaving. That descent begins next week. Subscribe, and I'll come find you when it's ready. Don't be late.